Good morning, everyone. Good morning, classmates. Good morning, sir. So, my topic is all about energy expenditure. Energy expenditure is the sum of the basal metabolic rate, or the BMR, that the amount of energy expended while at complete rest. The thermic effect of food, or the TEF, that the energy required to digest and absorb food, and the energy expended in physical activity. Energy is needed by the body to stay alive, grow, keep warm, and move around. Energy is provided by food and drink. It comes from the fat, carbohydrate, protein, and alcohol the diet contains. Energy requirements vary from one individual to the next, depending on factors such as age, sex, body composition, and physical activity level. To maintain body weight, it is necessary to balance the energy derived from food with that expended in physical activity. To lose weight, energy expenditure must exceed intake, and to gain weight, energy intake must exceed expenditure. Why energy expenditure important? So it is because resting energy expenditure accounts for 60% to 75% of the calories you burn each day. Any increase in resting energy expenditure is extremely important to your weight loss effort. The kinds of vigorous activity that can stimulate your metabolism include walking briskly for 2 miles or riding a bike uphill. In other words, if one person cuts back in calories without exercising and another person increase exercise without cutting back in calories, the first person would probably find it easier to lose weight. That's because it's easier to cut 500 calories a day from your diet than it is to burn 500 extra calories through exercise. You'd have to walk or run about 5 miles a day for a week to lose 1 pound of fat. But if you only cut back on calories, you're more likely to regain the weight you lose. Why? It is because the body reacts to weight loss as if it's starving and, in response, slows its metabolism. When your metabolism slows, you burn fewer calories, even at rest. Take note. When you burn fewer calories, two things can happen if you continue eating fewer calories. The first one is you will stop losing weight as quickly as you have been. The next one, or the last part, is you'll stop losing weight altogether. If you then increase your calorie consumption, you may actually gain weight more quickly than you had in the past. The solution is to increase your physical activity because doing so will counteract the metabolic slowdown caused by reducing calories. There are three components of energy expenditure. The first one is the resting metabolic rate, or the RMR. Your resting metabolic rate is the body amount of energy that your body needs to function while at rest. RMR accounts for additional low effort daily activities on top of basic um, body functions. In other words, resting metabolic rate, or the RMR, is whole body mammal metabolism during the time period of strict and steady resting conditions that are defined by a combination of assumptions of psychological homeostasis and biological equilibrium. What is RMR used for? Resting metabolic rate, or the RMR, is the amount of energy the body burns during rest, and measurement is sometimes used as a benchmark for how efficiently your metabolism is working. What is a good RMR? So, according to several sources, the average RMR for women is around 1,400 calories per day one, and for men, it's just over 1,600 calories. The next one is the thermic effect of feeding, or the TEF. Metabolic rate increases as the heat is produced after eating a meal. This response has been termed the thermic effect of feeding. While some studies have found this response to be defective in obese subjects, others have not. It is also unclear how dietary composition affects the thermic response to a meal. In this study, they evaluated the thermic response to both a high carbohydrate meal and a high fat meal in normal and obese subjects. Using the ventilated hood technique, metabolic rate was measured in seated subjects before and for 6 hours following a meal. Blood samples of insulin, glucose, and catecholamines were withdrawn each half hour to evaluate their possible role in regulating the thermic response. The next one, or the last part, is the thermic effect of activity. The thermic effect of physical activity is the amount of energy born during all physical activity, which includes everything from standing up from a seated position to most intense high intensity interval training workout and everything in between. So what is the thermic effect of activity T? So the thermic effect of activity refers to the energy you burn from exercise. This could include going to the gym and doing cardio or weights or playing sports like basketball, cycling, or martial arts. So what is the normal of energy expenditure? The average daily energy expenditure is 3,000 kcal for men and 2,100 kcal for women between the age of 19 and 22 years. If you are not gaining or losing body weight, then your energy expenditure should equal your energy intake. That would be all, Ani Molasal.